What's up, guys? Okay, so we did a video a little while back. I asked you guys what kind of topics you'd want us to talk about, what kind of things you want to hear or discuss maybe. One of the things I've gotten a lot over the years is new divers asking, they're getting started into spearfishing, and so what kind of fish do we shoot, how big, what are the regulations, and this and that. It's really, in Hawaii and probably most tropical reefs, there's tons of fish, and there's lots of little ones, medium-sized ones here in Hawaii. It's really one of those things where the learning curve is long. It takes a long time to figure out what species you want to target, and then learning, the sizes, the males, the females, the seasons perhaps. And this is where I always just kind of say it's best to get with someone here locally who's already been diving, that you can buddy up with and just kind of watch what they do or get information from them. Back in the day, we'd go with dad, grandpa, uncles, aunties, or whatever that are kind of showing us those ropes. It's just not as prevalent anymore. So it's kind of why I wanted to kind of make some videos like this. Okay, so one of the things that we have at the shop is a little fish ID card. We have some posters up around that will kind of point out which kind of fish are good to target. I think these fish ID cards are helpful. It doesn't present every single reef fish that we have here in Hawaii, but there are a bunch on here that as spearfishermen we target to eat and take home. Yeah, so the fish ID card, generally if you're a beginner and we've kind of got you set up with your 3-prong and you're ready to get out there and start out, we can present you with the fish card. We don't charge for these. We'll just give them out. Maybe circle a few kind of ones that you want to target to start on your spearfishing journey. Now, a lot of times when we're beginning to hunt, no matter if it's on land or in the ocean, we have this kind of mentality where we're just going to go out and kind of want to shoot everything, blast everything. Well, one of the things that we've always done is kind of try to tamp that down. I think it's good to kind of start with a good base. If you're specific in your targeting and how you're hunting to begin with, then as you progress, you'll be even more specific as you kind of get to the upper pro levels or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, in the beginning, we're gonna kind of give you maybe a few fish to kind of look for, kind of train your eye to look for. Each fish will act differently in the water, so that's we'll kind of explain that and maybe say this kind of fish will be in a bunch of other fish, like in a school, or this one will kind of be alone, kind of just hovering. A lot of them move pretty fast across the reef. There's what we call grazers, and they'll be in big groups, and they'll come across a patch where they'll like to kind of just feed and graze, and that's actually a good time to kind of target that species. Others, you'll have to kind of really go down and play the game, if you will, and kind of lay close to the reef and be really very still, as you would with any kind of hunting technique, and target that one specific fish. It takes a while to kind of go through these progressions, but that's what we're here for, to get you started on that on your path properly, instead of just watching a few YouTube videos and going out and blasting everything. Definitely don't want you to do that. So our channel is geared around videos that are pretty simplistic for first-time divers or new divers, new spearfishermen, new free divers, spearfishermen in particular. So we want to get you started on a good path, and one of the ways we do that is by kind of helping you identify which fish to shoot. One of the things I've always told customers, we'll get the question a lot, like what fish do we shoot, what fish do we target, that kind of thing. I generally say in Hawaii, if you're a beginner, if the fish is bigger than your hand, leave it alone. So that's kind of generally a pretty good rule to kind of go by. But target initially the smaller fish that are about your hand size, and there's tons of them. In Hawaii for generations, we will target specific pan fry fish that are about that big. You can shoot a few of them, scale them, take them home, gut them, put them in a pan with some butter and garlic or whatever you want, and it's just good to go. You guys can, we do that all day long at the beach or for snacks or whatever. It's just, there's lots of fish that are really good eating. If you're not used to tropical fish, you see these beautiful colors and yeah, there's definitely ones that that are super pretty and you probably don't want to shoot, and that's kind of where the fish cards come in handy. And we'll circle a few of them that are more kind of the tastier ones that are good for the pan fry ones. With all that said, if like I said, try to remember to keep that size of your hand size fish in mind when you want to target it. If you shoot it and happen to land it, take it home and eat it, and you don't like it, simply don't shoot it again. Just move on to the next fish that we've showed you, or hopefully, like by that time, maybe you've had a buddy that's a little bit experienced, and he'll say that's a good one to target, and let's just try to get that one. When you're out there hunting, no matter if it's on land, if you're going after bear, if you're going after elk, or whatever kind of animal it is, you're really not focusing on the other animals, the other species. You're kind of dialed into exactly the target that you're going for. So it's the same thing when you're spearfishing underwater. Generally, if I'm going out, say if someone wants a parrotfish for dinner, I don't shoot anything else. I'm disciplined enough. If that bigger, beautiful sashimi type fish comes by, I probably won't shoot it, just because I've kind of gotten to that level. But yeah, you want to be super specific and focused when you're have that plan when you're going out to dive. I know it's good to have kind of a smorgasbord of fish when you come home. I don't know. I typically just tell folks, let's just target on, especially in the beginning, just target on a couple species, one or two, try to get them, take them home, learn from it. If you learn from your experience, if it doesn't taste right to you or whatever, and just move on to the next one. Typically, any tropical coral reef fish that's good to eat is a red one. Now in Hawaii, there's a whole handful of red fish. You've probably seen them. They're the ones that are about hand size, that stay in the dark, and there's bigger ones that kind of roam the reef. And yeah, if you're going out, get specifically targeted on one of those red fish, and hopefully you'll get it. But yeah, just maybe if you want to start out, try to think about the red fish that are hovering around the reef, and try to get one of those guys. They're really tasty. So one of the things that's kind of popped up over the years, in particular with coral reefs, is a bacteria sickness that we can get. It's called ciguatera. Now, there used to be a kit that you could get. If you got a fish, you could take a piece of the meat and test that fish, but there is no more kit for that. So look up ciguatera, look up the fish in Hawaii that tend to carry that bacteria. They get, the smaller fish get it from the reef, they eat off the reef, and the bigger fish get it from eating those smaller fish, and it just kind of goes through the chain. But there's definitely some fish that in particular harbor the ciguatera. You can see this fish right here. It's a peacock grouper, or roi as they call it in Hawaii. It's a grouper. If you can look up groupers. Groupers kind of tend to hover the reef, or they get territorial. They have little holes they like to keep their babies in, and have their feeding grounds, and they'll keep other fish at bay. These guys are really easy to shoot, and they are an invasive species to Hawaii. We used to host some invasive species tournaments to try to get rid of these in certain areas of our reefs, because they eat everything in sight. This is one that is actually, all groupers around the world are probably some of the best tasting fish there are, and you can eat this, but this is one, referring back to the ciguatera poisoning, that they for some reason they harbor this in their system. So Most of the time, if you're shooting these fish, you're just kind of feeling good about getting them off the reef. You can use them as fertilizer. The local nursery will be happy to swing by with them. But if you want to try them, it's up to you. Like I said, it's a grouper. It's unbelievably tasting fish. I know a lot of local guys here, they grew up eating them and they don't have a problem with it. They're probably immune to it. But yeah, this is one I wanted to point out. Just so you know, it's kind of black. It looks black in the water. It'll turn at you and kind of just face you, maybe open its mouth. It has some teeth. It tries to look real threatening, but it's a really pretty easy target. They just kind of sit there and you can just take them out. Yeah, generally I'll see one and there'll be a couple of other ones, so I'll try to take out their little group. Yeah, again, if you want to try it, they're really tasty, but yeah, just be aware you might, if you eat too much, the ciguatera poisoning could crop up. And you can look up ciguatera poisoning symptoms. Okay, so Hawaii just recently kind of did an update to certain species of what can, the amount of that species that can be taken in the season. Hawaii is really behind the curve with these kind of rules and regulations compared to other states, say in California or Alaska or the West Coast, who in my opinion, do a fantastic job of keeping their fisheries safe and sound and abundant. Hawaii, again, is behind the curve pretty far on that, but they're starting to catch up. If you want more information, it's kind of a lot. Just go to the DAR website for Hawaii, and you can see the updated or even the current and updated regulations regarding fish sizes, seasons, and the amount of fish that you can take per species. Spearfishing is a journey. Always remember, you know, it's a way of living. I think that's, for the most part, that's how it is. In my mind, it's a sport to some people. It's try to get famous for other people. However you want to look at it, but it's going to be a journey. So you're starting out as a green rookie. Hopefully you have some guidance. You come to us. We're definitely going to start you off on that path. Get with some folks who have been doing it. Get their wisdom. Hopefully it's maybe some elders that have been doing it their entire life. To me, those are the folks who have had the most water time and the most information that they can impart. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to have fun. You're going to come to us for different gears, and we're always going to do our best, like we've always done, to get you the right equipment, not break the bank, and set you on the journey. As you progress, you're going to go from that smaller fish to wanting to get the bigger fish. You know, there's different recipes that you're going to find that you like out there that are better. But just remember, it's all for fun. For me, if I can get out in the water these days, it's just relaxation. The energy of the ocean for me is, kind of just resets you. Once you're in the water, everything's gone as far as on land stuff. You don't remember anything. So it's a good reset. But yeah, you're out there trying to get dinner, trying to get lunch, trying to get a meal, trying to get protein, whatever it is, sustenance, and be safe. And we're always going to guide you, and remember that. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hope you got something out of it. Please give us a like, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see you next time.